My name's Mark Belch from Henshaws, and today I've been filming with Simon Mahoney, and we've been talking about two of his books, a third one on the way. And in one of his books, which is A Descent to Darkness, he's got a fantastic piece on 10 rules of engagement, kind of his top 10 tips. So we thought he'd talk us around it, so here we go.
Henshaws, Knowledge Village. This video is free to watch thanks to the kindness of our donors. If you would like to donate £10 towards our work, you can do so by texting Henshaws to 70085.
So Simon, you ready for this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, so principle number one, accept your sight loss.
Well, yeah. Basically, you've got to accept it's happening. Far too many people sit there pretending it's not happening, and then suddenly they find themselves in trouble. Unless you actually accept your sight loss, you're not actually going to do anything about getting ready to deal with it, because at the end of the day, dealing with sight loss is a full-time occupation, certainly to begin with. And if you don't accept it and you don't try and deal with it, you're going to find yourself literally disabled.
Brilliant, thank you. Right, next one. Obstacles are an opportunity to improvise, adapt and overcome.
Absolutely. This is an unashamed steal from the military, where we were always being shouted at to improvise, adapt and overcome.
And that's really about just finding the problems and finding a solution.
Yeah, it's very much about not getting all upset because something's gone wrong, but giving you the chance to analyse why it went wrong, what you can do to improve things, and how you can make it better next time. So instead of regarding problems as an obstacle, you regard them as a learning opportunity.
Brilliant, brilliant. Next one. Learn or improve an everyday skill.
This is I suppose, pointing out that dealing with sight loss is a marathon and not a sprint. You are into this particular endeavour of dealing with sight loss for life. And if you manage to learn something new every day, what you're doing is you're keeping the momentum going. And that is so important, because the minute you sit back and think, yeah, I've done it all now, I don't need to worry anymore, that is the time you start to slide back.
And you say in your book, it's all, you're learning all the time.
Absolutely, yeah. You need to be. You need to be. I mean, the main endeavour we should be doing is learning what is possible and challenging what is possible.
Brilliant. So number 4, listen carefully, judge slowly.
Yeah, this is so important. We are dealing with 90% less information because we can't see. We pick up an awful lot of information from the way people walk, the way they stand, what they're wearing, the gestures they use, and so on and so forth. When you can't see, you don't have any of that. So it is down to us to listen really carefully and try and analyse and pick up what is going on from the tone of voice, the pitch of the voice. In other words, we have to listen really, really carefully, because we cannot read what is happening in their face. We have to listen purely on sound alone. And that means that we have to be really careful about what conclusions we draw, because we don't have the confirmation of sight. So yeah, it's very much a matter of listen carefully, and people don't listen actually, and judge slowly, because at the end of the day you can't jump to conclusions.
Number 5, sight loss is nothing to be ashamed of. Do not get embarrassed.
Yeah, I think there is, because of the way society sees disability of any description, they tend to see people who have a disability as being inferior. which is a load of nonsense, of course. But we are almost compelled to feel guilty about being disabled. It's almost as if we've done something to deserve it. And there is that sneaking feeling in the back of our mind, what have I done in a previous life to deserve this? And I think sight loss is something that just happens for whatever reason. And trying to overthink it, trying to second guess it, is wrong. It just is. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but it is something you need to get on with.
Number 6, we get organised, have a place for everything.
Yeah, this is life when you can't see can be quite complicated. If you don't know where anything is, it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Is to cut out the chaos, is to put some order in your life.
Now, that's easier said than done for some people.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the most untidy person you could imagine. That has changed over the last 4 or 5 years. I can tell you that now.
Okay, number 7, apply the broken glass principle.
Well,
what's that?
The broken glass principle is the action you would take if you saw a broken bottle on a beach. You pick it up to make sure that nobody got injured. Well, I would anyway. And so when you apply that to daily life, when you can see, you have complete reinforcement of everything you do. You spot something, or you think, oh yeah, I must deal with that in a minute. You come back and think, oh yeah, I must deal with that in a minute. And eventually the penny drops and you go and deal with it. When you can't see, you don't have that visual reinforcement. So when you come across something, if at all possible, you deal with it there and then.
Yeah.
So you're picking up the broken bottle.
Right, I love this one. Dead easy. Ask for help.
Ask for help and remember who has the problem.
Ah.
And that is important.
Yeah.
Remember, you are the person asking for help, so you own the problem. And this is revolving around the use of an I message rather than a you message. Because if you use a you message, like, can you help me? People hear the word you and immediately the barriers go up because we all associate you with being blamed for something. But if you use an I message, you make it clear that you've got the problem and you're inviting them, not demanding, inviting them to help you.
Okay. Yeah, nice little trick.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely essential. It's one of the main techniques within assertion.
Check everything and go at your own pace. Rushing plus blindness equals chaos.
Yeah. When you do things, you do need to check that everything is as it should be. But also, when there are other people around, they will tend to, because we are so slow, because we have to operate in real time. We can't look ahead and plan. So we have to operate here and now all the time. We can't look ahead. So that slows us down considerably. Also, to begin with, don't have confidence of using our hands, but that's another matter altogether. So the minute you start to rush, you're going to make mistakes. The minute you make a mistake, what you're doing is you're reinforcing the view that other people have, but you can't do it. And it just ends up in chaos.
Yeah.
So you go at your own pace,
and
you do not allow yourself to be rushed.
Yeah. Last one. Do not be offended by references to sight. This is an integral part of language and people cannot help using them.
Yeah. You actually can't expect other people to change the linguistic habits of a lifetime. Our main sense is sight, which is why we pay no attention to hearing or smell or taste or touch or any other damn thing. It's only when you lose your sight that you learn to use those. And, excuse me, because of that, their daily language is absolutely littered with references to sight. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, in view of.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
See you later. Oh, come on, focus on what you're doing. There's absolutely no reason, there's no way you should get vexed over it. All it is language. It's not meant to be offensive. It's not meant to upset you. And if you spend your life, if you actually make a point of getting vexed over that, you're going to just spend your whole life in a state of utter anger and get nowhere. So yeah, just learn to not ignore it, but just accept it. That's the way that people talk.
Yeah,
nothing personal is meant by it.
It's interesting that we have professionals that are not attached to sight loss asking the same question. God, you know, are you allowed? Can you say that? Like, I'll see you later.
Well, why not?
What word do you use?
Why not?
Say it.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
It becomes more awkward when people try not to use the language that they're used to using. Yeah.
My wife used to get terribly embarrassed over it. I'd be sitting in there typing away on the computer, no lights on, no screen, in the pitch dark. Oh, do you want the light on? Can you see what you're doing? She used to get really embarrassed by that. But people can't, you know, it's a real minefield in some way. I think what I would add to those 10 rules is that there is an 11th rule, if you like.
And this is an exclusive, it's not in the book.
It's not in the book. There is an 11th rule. One, to rule them all and in the darkness bind them. Sorry, Tolkien.
I thought I've heard that before.
Yeah. Sorry, Tolkien. And that is patience.
Yeah.
Without patience, none of the rules work. Without patience, you can learn nothing. Without patience, you can achieve nothing. Without patience, you can't communicate.
Brilliant. Nice. Well, that was not 10, but 11 rules from Simon the man. So that was brilliant. Nuggets of Confucius there. Very wise man.
Yeah, right.
Our videos are helping people around the world to go beyond expectations. If you enjoyed this video, please donate to us using the links in the description below, or the text donation number 70085 to give £10 instantly. Thank you. For costs and terms, please see the description below.